Welcome to our vitamin joy. And I was just so thrilled when I was researching joy on the internet and found this quote: Joy is a vitamin for the soul. You should have a little every day. I was just so thrilled to see that, because the concept of me calling the vitamins for the soul is something that I really have come up myself. And it was just so wonderful that there is actually somebody else who just thinks exactly the same way. But yes, this is a vitamin that I would also say that it's something that we need every day. We need every day to be able to experience joy. And the first thing that I really would like to start with is to start with a story about the Chinese farmer, okay? A farmer and his son had a beloved horse who helped the family earn a living. And one day the horse ran away, and their neighbors exclaimed, "Your horse ran away. What terrible luck." And the farmer replied, "Maybe so, maybe not." A few days later, the horse returned home, leading a few wild horses back to the farm as well. The neighbors shouted out, "Your horse has returned and brought several horses home with him. What great luck!" And he replied, "Maybe so, maybe not." And then later that week, the farmer's son was trying to break one of the horses, and she threw him to the ground, breaking his leg. And the neighbors cried, "Your son broke his leg. What terrible luck!" The farmer replied again, "Maybe so, maybe not." A few weeks later, soldiers from the National Army marched through the town, recruiting all boys for the army. They did not take the farmer's son because he had a broken leg. The neighbors shouted, "Your boy is spared. What tremendous luck!" To which the farmer replied, "Maybe so, maybe not." This is a beautiful story that at the beginning you might wonder, "Olga, how is this related to the concept of joy?" And I would explain it in this another comparison that I have for you. And that is that I would like to explore a little bit about the concept of joy and the other coin of it, and that is sorrow. When you look at any coin, you basically see two sides. You see the front, the heads, and the back, the tails. But what holds the head and the tails together is the edge. And sorrow and joy are not opposite ends of a spectrum, but they are two givens. They always exist in every life, in close proximity to each other. The potential for a sorrow haunts us every day as soon as we wake up and going through the day. The door to joy is also open to us every single day. And so my personal decision is the hinge on which my experience swings. So the way I really look at the circumstances and the challenges and what is coming my way, the decision I'm going to make about how I think about that particular experience is the hinge on which just kind of the whole experience is going to swing. Meaning, I can make it a terrible day, or I can make it a day of learning or contemplation or a day of joy. So really just it's so beautiful to realize that joy does not simply happen to us. We have to choose joy and keep choosing it every single day. We can be happy under every circumstance. We can feel joy even while having a bad day, a bad week, or even a bad year. This is something so, so very important to realize. Okay? So let's go deeper into understanding of joy in your and my life. Okay? My friends, joy is divine. While feelings such as happiness usually come from external sources and are temporary, joy comes from within and is always abiding. It is an innate part of who you are and how you express yourself. Just watch how babies delight in the simplest things. Their emotions are raw and true, and it is difficult to feign joy. What kindles the joy within is unique to you. It could be related for some to finding a purpose, a calling, or fulfilling a mission. But it could be the feeling of being simply surrounded by family or good friends. So, whatever it is that rejuvenates your spirit, I would say, let's do more of that. The reward of living a more fulfilled life is worth the effort that it sometimes takes. So, you can see that we, each of us, there is something a little bit different what sparks the joy within. For some, it can be, like I said, a calling, a mission. For others, just simply being surrounded by family and friends. So just think about it at this moment. What is it in your life that rejuvenates your spirit? And the intention is, let's do more of that. And the path to joy is ultimately actually a return to wholeness, a rediscovery of who you are and what makes you happy. So it involves getting to know and move beyond your fears and insecurities, paving the way toward more lightheartedness and laughter. And over time, life starts to unfold with ease, and challenges are met with good energy and creative solutions. So this is something really truly important, is that to find the pathway to joy takes the pathways of returning, of really answering the question, who are you? Who am I? And when you answer that question, it's going to help you then to look at life completely from a different life. And that's the work I am so passionate about, to help anyone who God sends me in my way, to help them to recognize who they are, or remind them powerfully who they are, and help them to step in that potential. So I would like to be more practical now and just kind of talk about what would be the pathway, the practical pathway to joy. How is it just kind of, that I can start cultivating joy today and going forward for the next maybe 7 days or a month, or it can be intention for a whole year. So here it is, okay? I'm sorry, I'm going backwards. Number one pathway to joy is to find ways to be of service. So acts of service remind you that life is bigger than you are. It's so important to know that as we are in service of other people, we really recognize how a beautiful potential is within us to serve in a marvelous way, just as universe or God or however you call it is helping you to really truly thrive from that place. So pathway to joy number one is find ways to be service. It could be to your neighbor, it could be to your friends, it could be to your grandchild, it could be to your child, it could be as someone in a grocery store as you walk in, it could be just the way you drive your car on a highway. Find your ways to be of service. Number two, and we will actually expand it with the next vitamin of gratitude, is to practice gratitude. That's another pathway to cultivate joy in our lives. Because practicing gratitude does this by shifting perspective and improving just, our own mood, creating space for more joy really start to shine through when we are starting living from the place of abundance, recognizing the good, the half full of glass. Always, always, whenever, as soon as you get up and something aches and something is not completely in a place, just see if you can see the half of the glass full. Always, because that's a pathway to joy. Number three is live your truth. What it means is really being your authentic self. We so many times try to pretend, things that we are not. And that's not joy because, there is no joy if you are living a fake, if you are living a lie, if you are on the outside looking like everything is happy, happy, joy, joy, and it's not. So living your truth, being really, truly authentic. And being authentic doesn't mean that you are rude, but being authentic meaning to really honor the place where you are in your life. And if you need to take a rest, that you take a rest instead of saying, oh, I can do this, I can do more of this, when you know that your body and your mind or your spirit need to, or soul need to rest. So living your truth. Number four is who is in your front row? So, who is it, my friend, who inspires you, who provides motivation for you to grow, who empowers you to make changes that you need to make your life really joy? Who is it who cheers you on? Those are the people in your front row. And it is so important to be encircled with people like that, with people who inspire you, to motivate you, they cheer you on, they are positive influence in your life. Look for those people. Find those people, regardless, whatever your age is. Be capable to just, talking and expanding just to a new people. I'll tell you an experience of a friend of mine. She just was sharing it that with me yesterday. She was saying, I was standing in a line at Starbucks and there was a young girl that was in front of me and she just told me, you have such a fun pants, and my friends just kind of, really started conversation. And it just came up that she realized that the girl is studying a law. And, my friend really was acknowledging her, what a hard worker is. And they just created absolutely an amazing conversation. And the friend of mine, she is in her early 70s. She's very alive, very energetic, in a really great shape, very healthy, very positive person. And it was just so beautiful because she really told me, I made a new friend. And she had a book that she wanted to just kind of, give this new friend, and they exchanged, the addresses. And she later on actually delivered the book, to her doorstep. So it is just, there is always opportunity to just, realize that you are also a creator of people who can be in your front row, people who that are uplifting and positive. And number 5, the next last step of pathway to joy is stop comparing yourself and practice self-compassion. I did the entire course last year on self-compassion because it's such a really important concept, because we suffer when we just, constantly compare ourselves to other. And we also need to stop thinking in terms, I should do this, I should do that, I should be more of this, I should be less of this. And we need to take more time to discover what really brings you true joy in your life. So a practice in self-compassion helps to soften and allows space for different perspectives and gives you the room to pursue your dreams and achieve your goals. So those are the 5 pathways to joy. Find ways to be of service, practice gratitude, live your truth, who is in your front row, and stop comparing yourself and practice self-compassion. There is a beautiful quote from Russell M. Nelson. He says, "The joy we feel has little to do with the circumstances of our lives and everything to do with the focus of our lives." And so I would like to close this lesson with this beautiful picture of this girl. And it says, choose joy. Don't wait for things to get easier, simpler, better. Life will always be complicated. Learn to be happy right now. Otherwise, you will run out of time. What a beautiful, beautiful way to close our presentation. Thank you so much for joining me. And if you have any questions, please feel free to email me or just put a comment, in the post, and I would be happy to expand on this topic with you.